This college football picks week 2 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SGPN.
I pity the fool that don't listen to SGPN. Let it ride, brother. Arrgh.
Welcome everyone to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stuck in the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Dog.
Oh boy, we are at week 2. We're on to college football week 2, and we already have to have a conversation with Colby.
Oh no! Joining us on the line from the college football experience, Colby Dent, aka Pick Dundee. Colby, I heard you on another podcast, most likely your own, throwing us under the bus for our college football contest picks. Now we did go 4-3, which actually isn't that bad. The consensus went 1-6. Me personally, I was 2-0. But who are you throwing under the bus for these contest picks, Colby?
Well, I just got to share my picks with you guys. If I had to do 6, it would be, I just feel like it would be, we would have went 5-1, I think.
Well, yeah, it's 7 picks first of all. So, secondly,
7. That's what I'm saying. 6-1.
6-1.
Your 2 co-hosts on the college football experience are sitting in the top 10.
Yeah, they're in number 5
in the contest.
Mac in the box. CJ and Mac went 6-1 ATS. Not for me. I'll let you guys speak for yourselves. But
this is the problem. You're already breaking up the team.
No, 3-3 on the locks. I hit one of my money lines, the USF money line. So that and hit one of the teases. So
you're like a baseball team bragging they're up a game in May. Ridiculous.
Colby, biggest disappointment of week 1 college football. I mean, San Jose State, which we were all high on, Southern Miss, Alabama, completely laid an egg. Where are you at? Biggest team that you're super surprised about?
Yeah, see, I don't think Southern Miss really disappointed. They were in that game. It kind of got away from them late, but okay, I knew that was on the table. It's got to be Alabama. I mean, Alabama is, if you're going to have 11 guys on an NFL roster, get drafted in April, that was speculated 10 or 11 guys. It's the way they got their ass whooped. I mean, guys, I probably should have sent you these clips, but have you seen some of the blocks by Florida State in this game where they just absolutely bitch Alabama?
Yeah, no,
there was a breakdown. I think it was originally on TikTok, but then made its way to X of someone just breaking down I think it was linebacker number 18. It's just jogging around the field constantly, getting blown off the ball, not wanting to make contact. Like it was just one of these like microcosms of, hey, this is not Nick Saban's Alabama.
It was
anymore.
just a soft, sloppy, disorganized, no physicality. I thought they'd come in with a chip on their shoulder. Meanwhile, Castellanos talked a bunch of shit and he backed it up. So
selling the
off
t-shirts.
Yeah, I mean,
and I brought this up last year when we previewed Alabama coming into the season, and I had listened to Ross Dellinger on the Inquirer, which rest in peace.
Bring up the locker room.
Rest in peace. That show, another podcast that is gone from good to complete trash. And I read his article about how Kalen DeBauer was so focused on changing the culture through changing the office. Now we finally got to see what his new office looks like, which was getting roasted as hard as Arch Manning in the social media streets. But it does seem like there's an aspect of something that's missing from this Alabama team. And I'm kind of pissed that I allowed myself to allow Colby to sway me back towards, well, it's like Ryan Grubb's back. They got a passer now.
Well, and I love the I love the Florida teams early in the heat and humidity.
We're idiots.
Home
Young
dog
guy.
angle. I was on it with South Florida.
I mean,
wasn't on it with Miami.
Florida State won 2 games last year. I mean, no one felt confident. No one had any idea. Even the Florida State beat reporter I talked to was like, I got no fucking idea how we're going to look this year.
But they were obvious. Like, I think in hindsight, like, all right, next year, totally bet my bad. Any young quarterback going on the road, fade. Yeah. Don't care. Fade.
Colby's been good at reminding us, hey, this guy's making his first road start, and easy way to tie it back to Arch Manning. Arch Manning might end up being okay. I mean, some of those throws, the mechanics look pretty rough, but we're all in Ohio State. That to me, the only reason I didn't bet more, and it was one of my locks, was because I go, I got to be missing something. I obviously haven't dove deep enough into the Texas roster. There's got to be some reason why they are, a road favorite briefly, essentially pick them going into Ohio State. Like, I must be missing something. And the people that, shit on Arch, he didn't look good, obviously, but also it wasn't like a complete blowout by Ohio State. Like they had multiple 4th and goals that they could have converted on, and they still ended up losing by 7. So I don't think Texas completely. Where are you at with Texas moving forward, Colby?
Real quick, Colby, before you say what you're going to say, shout out to our lad Cy. We've had him on the podcast before. Watching last year's Arch Manning tape right now, and this is during, like, I think he's watching the tape while he's watching the game. His release was not what we saw today. There's a shot he's injured and we do not know about it. Well, I mean, everyone picked it up. He wasn't using his lower body. The accuracy was horrible. Everything was being short armed. He
had some issues with the footwork too, I thought, but some of that is probably some of that is probably it's just so high. Your first. No,
yep.
Look, I would love an opportunity to shit on the Mannings. I'm not going to do that here because when your first road start is at Ohio State, that's about as hard as it gets. You know what I mean? Like normally,
if there's better play calling in the I mean, this game goes very differently if they actually close. Which I mean how many years have we talked about Sarkisian choking when it's like a big moment in the game? But
just imagine they convert that 4th and goal on the 1 yard line. They go for 2.
Completely
they win that game 15-14. The narrative is no one mentions Arch's mechanics. It's he went in and slayed the dragon in Ohio State and whatever. But again, I felt good about Ohio State. They don't lose at home unless it's Michigan. To me, it's that simple. And I think Texas still might be okay, and we'll see where they go. But Colby, you got to witness history. Bill Belichick's first college football game.
That's actually the answer I should have answered, by the way, as the most shocking. Oh my God. And first off, shout out.
So good that first drive.
Shout out to North Carolina, because I'd never seen Chapel Hill like this for football, at least, where I mean, it was a big fucking deal, guys. Like going down the streets, like me and NC Nick just walked up in someone's booth, started drinking their booze. Right? They did. It was like 1,000 people there, so it was fantastic. I would get you could get burgers and shit. We just walked into these people's thing, and then when we got to the game, like the excitement just talking in that booth when we were drinking, but also when you got to the game, we were basically sitting in front. We had second row seats, but we were sitting in front of a guy that was was like a modern day Ultimate Warrior. Like he was in Tar Heel overalls, white and sky blue, right? Like the striped overalls that the universities do. So some of these universities do, just ripped, right? And just he was just talking the most shit.
Meeting this fan.
No, it's just hilarious because me and NC Nick, I was like, dude, it's like I'm watching the WW, like the old school WWF intro videos before the fight. It's like, and you, Hulk Hogan, I dare you to come and see me when I see you in Tokyo, Japan this Saturday night. That's what it felt like. He was talking so much shit to the TCU players pre-game. Well, that thing ended quick, and that crowd. I look, I have been to probably, I don't know, maybe 70 and 80 college football games in my life. I think that might be the worst game. Me and NC Nick were talking about that. I'm into one other blowout, but I think this one might be. I mean, everyone left by like 12 minutes in the third quarter. Unfucking believable how bad they got beat. So I thought it was on the table TCU to win by 10. I didn't think it was on the table to do that.
Well, and your point, Colby, it was a complete laydown. Like there was just the complete lack of effort, the complete lack of just tackling, and it was a give up spot. Like they completely gave up. And this was actually, I mean, again, obviously very different college and pros, but this is the most points a Bill Belichick coach team has ever given up. That's kind of a crazy stat, and off to a horrible start. We will talk about the game.
And they
against
called
Charlotte.
off the dogs. They called off the dogs a little bit there too. Yeah,
they could have run it up more. There's a clip, and maybe I could have found it, but of a cornerback on UNC celebrating an incomplete pass in like the fourth quarter and doing the finger wag while they're down like 40 plus points. Insane. Kramer, you're trying to show the Jordan.
Yeah, I don't know. There we go.
But she asked for $20 for a pretzel.
Dad, come on. We're hungry. Did you also see the balloon arch that was at the press conference? That was the greatest. Man. Just this surly ass Bill Belichick in front of a balloon display that she had a part of.
You can't let her go. I mean,
this is
Bill,
just so bad.
And by the way, see what he's wearing? See this sweatshirt, Sean?
Yeah.
This cashed for not wearing a cutoff sweatshirt for me.
That's generous because
really.
Yeah.
I don't. That's almost cut off. It's past the elbows.
Plus 135.
Yeah, we gave that on our VSiN show Friday nights. We do a segment, You Can Bet on That, where we highlight some of the weird, wacky stuff. Shout out to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. And one of the things we broke down was the Bill Belichick hoodie stuff, and Bill Belichick's Kramer got a nice plus 135. I think it was right.
Is he angry right here? He
I would
walks away from her like, why are you on the field? What are you doing? Yeah. Anyway,
I mean, man, was that? Now I'm assuming. So we saw when me and NC Nick were tailgating, we ran into Brad Johnson. He was there. His son, obviously.
Oh, nice.
Max Johnson came in the game. Actually, I don't know what. I'm assuming he's starting next week, but what a fucking disaster, man. But hey, we'll see if he can turn it around. But I mean, I did a pretty deep dive on, I think it was this show or one of our shows that I told you, man, the NFL coaches, when they come down to college, normally suck. There's like a 50-year window of this. Yeah.
I'm not going to victory lap yet.
We'll see. It's certainly a horrible start. The roster didn't look good. This is when, if you are a good coach, this is when you bounce back, yeah, I mean, getting the troops up after getting their ass kicked.
Everyone was so quick to say the cupboard was dry. They only had this kind of recruit. That was not the story we were hearing earlier in the.
Well, they could have kept those players.
LT is like, I didn't show up for this bullshit. What the hell's going on?
But no, I wanted. I meant to play this while we were talking about Alabama, but the North Carolina fans. Not all that angry. Now I did.
Yeah, they're used to getting their ass kicked.
I had Feinbaum on most of the day today, and it was as you would expect, mostly SEC callers. But this, I believe, was actually from Monday. If you've not heard this, if you're not familiar with Legend,
he's a legend.
You're not in the Feinbaum streets, but it's one of the. There's different tiers of callers on the Feinbaum show. There's guys that have the picture. And then there's guys that get the Zoom access from time to time. Legend gets the Zoom access from time to time, but he was not on Zoom for this one. And this is arguably the greatest call maybe you'll ever hear into a sports talk radio.
This is a football nightmare, brother. The Gus Bus wheels do go round and round. Round and round over by Candy Ass. That's where they went round and round. I'm not saying that I hate your ass. But if you was on life support, I'd pull the plug and charge my phone. You're about as popular as a bonus track on a Yoko Ono album right now, dude. Nobody likes you. You are an outsider. You couldn't inspire a chicken to cross the road if there was a hen on the other side looking like Megan Fox and some Daisy Dukes. Get the hell out of town. Clear away. Elvis is leaving the damn building.
Dominic is up next.
And as it was referred to, this is Legend Sistine Chapel. So,
shout out to Legend. Great call.
Yeah, no, I mean, Legend. I feel like if you're Kalen DeBoer, knowing how crazy the state of Alabama can get over their football,
you better hope he doesn't have any trees. Those things are going to be poisoned.
I was about to say he better get like one of back those old Kings back in the day. We have like a taste tester. You go out to eat, you better have someone sipping your fucking wine and drink and eating your. You're gonna get a cyanide sandwich if you're not paying attention there.
Did you hear what Booger McFarland said about? Which I've come full turn on Booger.
Yeah.
Love Booger, but he about the situation. He said no, he's not going to get fired. There's a $70 million buyout. But he does have to live in Tuscaloosa. His wife has to live in Tuscaloosa.
That's tough. He might opt out.
He's gonna live on campus.
Yeah, imagine living there and if this team sucks, look out.
Oh my God.
I thought he was crazy for taking it personally. I know like it's Alabama, Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, all the greats win natties there, but I just thought you're entering this transitional stage of the sport. I think that's personally, and I know Bud Elliott was talking about that. Like I think Saban read the tea leaves of like. Look at his final 2 years. They played a lot of like 1-score games, and that was before the real radical change of paying players and everyone being able to do this. So, you're not going to be that. It's impossible to be that successful. I think in this era to follow that. So, I mean, yes, they're paying you a shit ton of money, but I would keep my wife and kids in Seattle. I'll tell you that. So,
he can commute to the Alabama.
Yeah, fuck that. I would not. To me, there was no way. Like. You could win a national championship, but you're never going. It's not going to work. You're never going to win that much because in this day and age, no one's going to win that much. So the rules have changed, and to take that job, I think was pretty crazy.
We've also discussed in terms of being in a state that doesn't exactly have the resources. I don't think Alabama doesn't exactly. I mean, they're going to have to call overseas or something. They don't exactly have the war chest that like a Texas or even a Florida would have.
All right, let's get into the picks. Before we do, of course, the free roll football contest is back. Picking every NFL game against the spread. $3,000 the first place. $4,000 if you're on the Patreon. Good time to hop in on the Patreon. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/Patreon. Get in on the free roll. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. All one word. We also have the Patreon. We're doing a pregame blackjack stream tomorrow evening before the week 1 NFL picks show. We also have 20% off everything in the merch store. Promo code football, limited time. Again, the hats, the hoodies, the puzzles of Ryan's face. They're all 25% off when you use the promo code football. And last but not least, we're running our own little NFL Survivor winner take all $100 entry fee. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/survivor. Kramer, let's get to it. Bunch of games.
Can I add in that if you blindly bet the under in every D1, 80 and 46 and 2 this past week.
Unders.
Yeah.
I think
I like the push there.
My instant reaction is that under smashed in this because of I would guess maybe because of just roster churn. Like we've seen so many rosters. UNC obviously a big example where they have like 70 new guys. I would imagine, the classic adage of the offense is behind the defense. There's just so many new faces between NIL and transfer portal that maybe we should look into like an auto week 1 play for some of these.
Because I think the numbers were great the year before too. Not as good as this, but I think still good. And I think it's a mixture of three things. A, you have no preseason, and then B, when you have that much roster turnover, which is the most we've ever seen. And then C, I also think they run a lot of offenses that are starting to get figured out. Like I feel like the defenses in general, and this I think in the NFL as well, like over the past year or two, like your teams that were running a lot of air raid concepts and stuff, I feel like the defenses have started to, you see this periodically through the sport.
Running the fucking bubble screen after bubble screen. It was just my God. And that guy, that
ECU was doing that too for the whole first half. I was like, stop.
The Notre Dame kid was a dog when they let him make that drive. He seized the moment. It was annoying that they put training wheels on him. I think Notre Dame's going to be all right, but
coaches are so scared to lose the game.
Yeah.
And
Marcus Freeman usually doesn't coach like that.
Dude, this has been like 2 years on now. I think someone just wrote an article about it. I haven't clicked on it, but that dude, how many the pendulum swung too far. Like the coaches going for it at like their own 25-yard line on 4th and 2. This is insane. I feel like we're watching old school like arena football or something because multiple fucking games.
Computer
you have like
to go
at their own 30-yard line. They're like, yeah, I'm going to go 4th and 2. We've lost our fucking minds. I understand the other angle of like, okay, do you kick a field? You know, like there's still some old school, like a Narduzzi where you can fucking bang your head through a wall. We're like, what are you doing? But man, I almost think we've become too aggressive because there was a ton of that this past week 1 where teams were just doing a bunch of things where you're just like, what do you? And then they were losing. Oh, San Jose State did that. So what are you doing? What the fuck are you doing going for your own 36-yard line? You know, like anyway.
I think it's just like anything else, right? When an industry is filled with people copycatting, most of the copycats don't actually know what they're doing. And so, yeah, I mean, also I think you're probably seeing management, aka the people who hire the coaches, more likely to be angry at poor, like conservative decision making because the fans will be angry at conservative decision making. It is interesting though to see it in play because college is filled with like just their college kids. So, you know, like, I mean, we didn't talk much about it, but like at Coach O or sorry, he's just
Brian
as
Kelly?
much of a meathead. No, I'm
What
talking Miami coach.
Oh,
Cristobal. Just, I mean, honestly,
he was not great clock management. At the end
two
of
great offensive
Dion. Oh my God.
Dion too. Yeah.
So the two like, oh shit moments this weekend where Utah and Miami have NFL offensive lines.
Yeah.
Period.
You guys were right. Utah put it on UCLA.
Well, unfortunately, Miami's got the same thing, but I don't know why. They should have dominated that. At the end of the day, they should have won that game handily. But once again, just dumb ass decision making and putting it on a kicker that, you know, a college kicker. Period. That's all you have to say.
Like a 47-yarder and like like another thing, and this goes. I'll throw this in the San Jose State bin as well. And Niumatalolo is normally a sharp coach, but like, you're counting on a college kicker, and you have the hash marks in college. You have to kick from angles. San Jose State, they have a lefty kicker, and they load him up on the complete. It's like, what are you doing to yourself? Like, you have a
Sean
third
and I
down.
watched that. Were we in the 80s for that kick? It was. Like you could tell it was going to be a tough kick because it was so off to the side.
Yeah, there was no way that was coming. That was going in.
Anyway, all right, let's get into it. We got the JMU Dukes. Shout out Patty C. Saw he made it to the recap show. The fans were. I think Colby would say the fans were lit for the appearance.
Well, look at that YouTube. We got like he should run for president. He should run for president.
Patty C.
The recap
Patty
show
C.
featuring Patty C. Well, JMU, former burrito eating, sideline stealing, or whatever it is with Patty C. It is funny to see someone meet Colby in person and do the Patty C thing, hoping to meet Patty C. Number one person that people ask for is Patty C. Very, very interesting man. James Madison heading down to play Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville laying 2 touchdowns. I didn't verify that these spreads are accurate, Sean. So we're riding blind.
I mean, I did this morning, but I think it's at 13.5 now.
No, I'm Circa's at 14 as we speak.
Okay.
Opened at 15, came down a little bit. Clearly, people are betting JMU. I think I heard some sharps on VSiN talking about, obviously they grabbed JMU early at the big number of 15, but they like that side. 425 on the money line, 57.5 is the total. Colby, are we laying the 2 touchdowns with Louisville? Or are you going to use this as a chance to remind me that JMU is a good football team and plays in the state of Virginia?
Well, they're the best school in Virginia when it comes to football, but I mean, Virginia Tech stopped scheduling them. You had futures that you canceled after they beat you. I mean, come on. You want to talk about all-time bitch move? You canceled ECU, but you also canceled JMU. I mean, are these guys bothering you that much, buddy?
Not me. My influence over the program.
Dog wearing a crown and cape is a sweet mascot. I will say this about JMU.
Yeah, probably someone who's been to an island on a private jet. Also, I mean, you dress like that, you go to an island for your entertainment.
No, look, I was shocked that the movement went. I mean, I guess I was shocked that it opened at 17, but I was also shocked that it came down to 13.5 at one point today. But I'm on the Cards. Look, as much as I think JMU is a really good team, I'm very high on this Louisville team, and I think, you know, if you watch they kind of called off the dogs against Eastern Kentucky last week. They were up like, I don't know, 45-7 or something like that at halftime, and they kind of called off the dogs the whole second half. So Eastern Kentucky's a respectable FCS. They make the playoffs often.
The Colonels.
Yeah,
I knew Colby's handicap was gonna be tipping the hat to the Eastern Kentucky Colonels.
Yeah, and Degenerate Dan says, Colby, where are the spreads on these slides? These guys don't want the spreads. Kramer gave me strict orders before not to put the spreads on these slides.
Oh no.
You got to tune into our show for the spreads, all right? You know, that's our hook. That's our hook right there.
My issue is the spreads are all wrong, and so the whole show, the show is me saying that the number and pointing at the number that's not on the spread. So what I want to know, Degenerate Dan, you're one of these young people who watches podcasts with audio turned off with subtitles, aren't you? Like that's the only. I've watched my kids do this. It's the only explanation.
So they consume content. Colby, I'm surprised you're going against James Madison. I will take the candy here and take JMU plus 14. The main reason, Jeff Brom, he's only covered once as a favorite this big. If you're talking the 2 to 3 score range, I get, you know, Louisville looked very good. I think they're a very good program. I just don't know if they're going to run it up. You even mentioned they called off the dogs against the Eastern Kentucky Colonels.
But that's an in-state foe. Like that's, you know, especially if you know, like Brom's family is all connected to football in the state of Kentucky. So for all I know, like his fucking grandfather started the fucking football program at Eastern Kentucky or something. He's like, you know what? Let's call off the dogs. JMU is one where I'm like, okay, look, they played a couple years ago. So I think it was Satterfield's last year. Louisville won 34-10, and that was against Signetti. So that was at the same stadium, Cardinal Stadium there. So I will. I think it's going to take a little bit, but Miller Moss and them are going to be a little too much for him. Lay it.
Kramer, what are you doing? Miller Moss obviously looked good, and you know, a lot of hype coming into Louisville.
Sorry, I was struggling to. It's going to be hard for me to pick this name if I don't know both quarterbacks' names.
I did see Justin Casey
Colby,
trying to throw shade.
I need some help here. No, of course we're taking Louisville at home. Are you kidding me? I've become a folk hero in Louisville, and I'm going to represent my people also one day. And now as a Kentucky Derby winner myself, one day I will have to make the trip out to the horse country. So yeah.
Well, we have a new circuit.
You know what
there,
JMU
right?
is? JMU is a place with a great view and low standards. That's what JMU is.
Shout out to Steven Glansberg with the super chat, tipping us a couple dollars. As a Louisville fan, I was worried about this game preseason, but was really impressed with how sharp we looked week one. Cardinal Stadium will be lit. I think they will be lit. But to Chops' point, I'm with him. Brom said he doesn't want to run the scores up. I think they're going to be in control of the game, which is always a little scary taking a big dog, but 14 points, way too much for JMU, which is a decent enough program.
I'm going to say this. I would probably take the points if it was a Saturday game, but Friday night, nationally televised, one of the only like games with a pulse. Lay it.
I see what.
Now, Colby, I see you say only game with the pulse. Do you think the college football powers that be intentionally made the game shitty this week to, you know, make way for real football here?
No.
It was smart.
I mean, come on. You don't want people distracted with the James Madison Louisville when we have a game in beautiful Brazil between the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh my God,
Kansas City
it's so
Chiefs.
disgusting.
Right now, Kramer, the spread is 3. I didn't tell Colby this, but we're gonna pepper in some NFL games. So if you're looking for Texas State UTSA, that's going to be replaced by the Falcons Bucks game. So every once in a while, we're gonna matchup there. And they're only dome games. We do have UNLV UCLA on the card, so stay tuned.
Colby, and have you looked up where we're standing in the Westgate contest?
I have not. I've been a little occupied.
Oh, you're gonna have to when you go to look it up. You're gonna want to search for dome football to find.
We're actually, even though we're 4-3, what are we like in 100 place out of 1,000? So
yeah, well, I mean, the consensus went 1-6.
yeah.
Next year.
No, we're in a good spot. I'm surprised. I mean, 4-3 is fine, but
I did a little digging on the L&N Federal Credit Union, which
It's the railroad.
Which I'm sure Justin Casey is probably well versed in understanding this too. Yeah, it turns out the credit union slightly cleaner than Papa John, so good side stuff.
It's funny. I was
of Louisville.
I was hating on that name, and apparently, like the railroad ran right through there, so that's a callback to the L&N rail line that was right there.
So I'm on JMU plus 14. Colby and Kramer on Louisville minus 14.
Yep. Next up, another Friday night game will be. Sean is teeing up. He likes the Friday night dogs because we're out in Vegas. He wants the dog action. Although Sean, are you really going to want a second screen when the NFL is going on?
Yeah. Will they have these games on at the Circa?
Of course. Maybe not. We'll see. It's only Northern Illinois heading to College Park to take on Maryland. That was one of the more, like, I feel like mainstream stories was a little bit excitement around the Maryland quarterback offense situation. That we should also not overreact to short bursts of good stuff from young people. Maryland laying 18.5. Why are we even talking about this game? 1,100 on the money line, plus 700 for Northern Illinois. 47.5 is the total. We hit some of my MAC parlays last week, not all of them.
This is a good little nugget to kick things off. College football FBS teams that benefited from a +5 turnover differential or greater, but failed to score at least 44 points in that game, aka Maryland. Basically, they got a bunch of turnovers. They were +5, still couldn't get it done. They are 38 and 56 ATS in the next game since 2012. So obviously Maryland won, but against pretty inferior competition. Northern Illinois, of course, shocked the world. Stunning Notre Dame last year. Colby, can they shock the world again and take down Maryland? Do you think they make this a game?
Well, at Northern Illinois and on their campus, in their football facility, they have a thing called the Boneyard. And look, they've won.
I've been to the Bone Zone, but not the Boneyard.
And they've won
Is
at
that near Pound Town.
Yeah, that's right. It goes Pound Town, Bone Zone. They're right next to each other.
I played.
Got to be careful.
I played rugby with a guy who definitely said that he was going to the Boneyard when he was taking a girl back to his room.
Yeah, Bone Zone is what I would use.
Bone Zone sounds so friendly.
Boneyard sounds like you're going there to get a bone, not give out a bone.
No,
you
it's
don't
the
go
Boneyard because you leave the bones there.
Yeah,
that could be tricky.
I interpret it differently.
It's a different time.
Colby,
you can't say stuff like that anymore.
You're going to talk about Maryland football?
Well, no, Northern Illinois' Boneyard has a bunch of Power Fives, including Maryland.
Yeah.
Who they beat, I don't know, in the past couple decades. I don't remember. But they also beat Georgia Tech, Nebraska. I mean, this is a program that kind of gets up and does that. The problem is you saw Thomas Hammock go viral. Oh, I don't know if you guys did. I don't know about you guys' shitty algorithm with games in Rio de Janeiro or some shit like that. But
here we go. Get the Maracas, Sean.
How's the Giants gonna look in Bangladesh next year? You fucking losers, right?
That's not it. Well, Super Bowl in Europe may be coming soon.
I'm rooting. Yeah, I hope you get a mass flood.
Colby, I'm on a boat. Watching Xavier Worthy get a touchdown here.
Gosh,
don't drink the water, Sean.
Such a shit product. But look, Northern Illinois, they're not. They lost everybody in the portal, man. Hammock was talking about that. He went viral on that. As much as I want to get behind them because I love fading Maryland, Loxley fucks up these Group of 5 teams. So I'm gonna lay it with the Terps.
I'm gonna go with the trend. I'm gonna take me to the Boneyard. Northern Illinois, I don't think they're going to get the win, but 18.5. I mean, Malik Washington.
18.5. I see 17.5 right now. Okay.
Good thing we didn't put it on the slide.
That would have cost.
Should we update it to 17.5?
Well, no, whatever you guys see.
Worried about it, clearly.
I'm seeing 17.5 everywhere. Okay. So I guess the number. The good thing we didn't have it on the slide. How embarrassing that would have been.
I'll take the dogs. Dogs bark on Friday night.
Even with the 17.5.
Yeah. I still like it.
Yeah, I'm with Colby. Twice I'm with Colby. It's better. Here's my strategy at this point. If it's not power 4 on power 4, I'm going to copy Colby, and then that's what all accountability out the window. Although I'll need people to report to me if I need to change my pick after his show tomorrow.
Colby's show is when he changes.
Also, Colby, it's NFL Week 1, so make sure we get done on time. Got to get the man in the box out of here.
What's the
tomorrow.
NFL?
It's the National Football League. It's how this company is a company. All right. Speaking of which, mybookie.ag promo code SGPN. Get in there for all your college football and NFL. Get you covered. Look at that sweet photo of Diego Pissin Pavia. We're going to talk about him later.
But Colby was way off picking an Alabama guy for this.
as he heads to Blacksburg to take down the Hokies. Of course, use that promo code SGPN. 100% bet back bonus up to $500 when you use the promo code SGPN. Mybookie.ag promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Again, I fired up the Rhythm app this past weekend, and I just blindly took some of their FCS action on the totals. Marist, Maine. I didn't do any work. I let Rhythm do the heavy lifting.
This is another Arch Manning advertisement.
Yeah, it is the curse of the slides here on some of the bigger names. But sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. It is really this Rhythm is a great tool, and again, they in particular. I know there's a lot of ball knowers listening to this show and the Colby show, but the FCF stuff on the totals, they do a great job identifying some of the sharp action. They have the AI algorithms. There's money to be made. Get your 7-day free trial. Try it out for 7 days. If you don't like it, you can cancel. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. You're going to like it. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. And they have an awesome new leaderboard contest. Very easy, very fun. So you can actually, on top of the money you're making from the Rhythm picks, you can get in on the leaderboard action as well. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM.
All right. Moving along to the next game, Saturday, 9 a.m. on the West Coast.
You guys, is there a game in Tokyo for this in your deck?
No.
Is that a rule in the declaration of onside kicks that you guys got in your National Football League?
I mean, I got to be honest. It's considering the NFL chose to leave Saturday alone this weekend. Yeah, they chose a really shitty slate.
They showed mercy on college football by allowing them to.
This is the
play
best
some games that people might watch.
I'm seeing Saturday as maybe we hit the pool in the morning with this.
Yeah, I'm not worried about. We're gonna go hard Friday night in Vegas.
Well, Sean, you got those sick ass UConn glasses from your lady UConn victory.
I did.
That would look nice by the pool.
I actually do like this game.
Okay, next game again, 9 a.m. on the West Coast, which we're gonna translate that to Central Time, which is 11 a.m. And it's being played in the Eastern time zone, but I'm not going to calculate that for you. We're heading to Syracuse, New York. UConn, Syracuse laying. I'm just going to check. I don't want to look like a fool anymore. Syracuse is laying 6.5. Good thing I checked. Minus 265 on the money line. Plus 215 for UConn. 58.5 is the total. This was 7. So it has been bet down. In fact,
it actually was 8. Yeah.
It was actually opened 8.5. So it's come down a bit. Money's on Syracuse, both tickets and handle up to 69% of the handle. Very nice. Colby, we all know that Sean will side with his deep Orangeman ties, but
I don't know.
Is our boy? Is this our boy's time? The ever exciting Jim Moore Jr.
I thought you were going to talk about Joey Fagnano.
No.
Yeah, our boy.
That's Colby's boy.
He was. You guys remember he was on our FCS pod back in the day when you guys really covered football.
Out of necessity.
He looked good. They lit it up. Obviously against what was it, Central Connecticut?
Yeah, who was an FCS playoff team last year. Yeah, look, I mean, we smashed Jim Mora and UConn over what was 4.5 last year. Is my number 1 lock. They won 9 games. He's building shit up there, man. That shit. The rent was sold out there last Saturday, And they lost by 7 at Syracuse last year when they had Kyle Honda McCord and Aronde Gadsden Jr. and all those other greats that were on their team. I'm all over. I think UConn's better this year, and I also think Syracuse is a lot worse. So I will take the money line on UConn. Give me the points, and I think they're winning this thing outright.
I'm with you, Colby. I'm all over Fagnano. I
6.5 though, Sean.
Okay, yeah, no, I like 6.5. I think they're trying to bait you into taking Syracuse. I wasn't totally disappointed with what I saw out of Syracuse either. Like Angeli, I thought looked fine. I mean, they were just clearly a little outmatched against Tennessee, but they had the ball at the 5-yard line. They had a chance to backdoor that.
They probably should have covered that. But is this a nomination for Italian of the Week in the quarterback battle here?
Oh, this is really.
What's the right part of the country for it?
Upstate New York. I mean, it's a bummer. Tommy DeVito, he got stuck in New England.
He's getting
Now,
that advertising.
The North Side's got some Italians, but he wants to end up in Buffalo. That's where some real Italians. Get some good mozzarella up there. Go to Rome, New York. Shout out to Rome, New York. Lived there briefly on an Air Force base. I think this is just going to be a competitive game. Now, certainly Syracuse with the passing game. And I like both head coaches too. I just think this is going to be a good game. You got to take the 6.5, 7. I don't know if I'm quite on the money line with Colby, but 6.5. I'll definitely take UConn. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, I think you have to take so how good do you think Tennessee is?
Yeah, I guess that's part of the handicap.
I don't know how good they are, if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I think take the points with UConn. This is also a strange, Colby. I'm surprised Colby didn't lean into it super hard, but very little geo rivalry here. Those chowder heads from UConn.
Carried them.
Will almost certainly.
It's a baby fucking wheel, man.
All right. The fuck am I looking at?
Yeah, it's your computer.
No, my computer's just frozen. I'm waiting for the sheets to load back up. Here we go.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.
Baylor, SMU, Dallas, Texas. Another 9 a.m. kick here on the West Coast. Excellent SMU logo if you're watching YouTube. Meanwhile, the Baylor Bear, they have so many iterations of the bear that are just strange. It's almost like the drawings happened at a time like during the recession or something. Baylor let us down.
They did. That defense looked bad for Baylor.
They had to real quick. Now they had to Texas to take on SMU. SMU is, let's see if Colby's 2 for 2. SMU laying 2.5, opened 4. So SMU has taken the early money, but it does seem like Baylor's also been bet. So go figure that one out. Baylor is plus 120 on the money line. 65.5 is the total.
As you see on the graphic, I did you a solid. Baylor's won 13 straight, guys. Read the cue cards. All right. But
this is a different SMU team, Colby.
It is. And I think they probably have it circled for that. Baylor, young Sawyer Robertson there did throw for over 400 yards against Auburn's defense. A little concerned with that, but I think that to me, Baylor's just a team that's been all over the place. I know some people bought stock in them, based off of their season last year, but I don't know, man. I get a bad feeling out of there. SMU to me kind of flying under the radar a little bit here. They're at home. This is a rivalry game that hasn't been played in a long time. That's coming back. I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to lay that 2.5 with the better quarterback, in my opinion.
Where are you at with Auburn then? Was that real?
It was impressive, especially when you saw that real kick return for a touchdown. It's probably the biggest play of the game. You know what I mean? Like, because Baylor was stealing the momentum and then they kicked it, and that dude had that awesome return. I would say,
yeah.
Auburn's pass defense has me a little concerned, but man, running the quarterback the way they did, that could be a problem for a lot of teams.
I just can't take Baylor in a game right now. I mean, they just looked so soft. They were
recency bias.
Well, yeah, but some of that is real. Like being able to stop the run. They are now bottom 10 in run defense and tackling, according to PFF, whatever that's worth. But just eye test, that looked like a really soft team, and you're going on the road. Okay, I always like to look at, quote unquote, good programs coming off a loss. How do they look? ATS in the Aranda era, they're 11-12 ATS. It's not like they've dominated in bounce back spots. So I'm with Colby. I'm taking SMU. Kramer, what are you doing?
This could be a C note game too, man. Like they haven't played in a while. SMU was down. Like they were in. Like I could just see the alums being like, "We finally get Baylor, guys. We win this. I'm calling all the strippers I know. We're gonna have a great time." You know,
Hell
it could
yeah.
just. It could, yeah, I could see Craig James saying that.
Hell yeah.
But C note. I mean, come on, $100. What does that get you these days?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, sure,
Sounds
entry into our Survivor contest, but I mean, they're not going to be that excited about that.
C notes game.
Oh, okay, C notes. Kramer, what do you do?
Well, I mean, we watched that Baylor game together.
I mean, it was just a soft ass team, and now you're on the road.
I asked Colby.
You let Auburn come in and fucking punch you in the mouth.
I asked Colby for that
it.
confirmation bias because I don't think Auburn. I can't. It's hard for me to see the coach and quarterback and just Auburn in general and think that they're going to be a very good team this year. So I'm willing to say fuck Baylor. Give me SMU.
Yeah, and look, I mean, the chat is already saying that we got George. I don't know if that's been reported, but George W is going to be there. So that, you know what that means? Then
Dan Marino and his really dynamic wife.
They
Dan
might
Marino's
be there.
wife who shows up, that would be awesome.
I mean, George, this is a big game, and to Colby's point, the SMU money would love to kick it in the teeth of the Baylor money. I would imagine, Colby, you were hanging out with them at the country club, right? I imagine there's a lot on the line there.
Oh yeah, man. Look, like one of the best things to be watching in college sports, I feel like over the past 2 years has been like the Texas arms race going on. It's like you think it's like everyone's holding. It's like that meme of everyone holding the gum or the gun and pointing it at each other, because each week it's like, for a second we thought SMU was going to run away with it. Texas Tech showing up with a shit ton of money. A&M's got a shit ton of money. Texas got a shit ton of money, and then there's poor old TCU feeling disrespected, just beating the piss out of Bill Belichick.
That was a curb stomping, and yeah, to your point, arms race. They're all going to have to go overseas to Dubai to get that extra money. Iowa State. Ooh, just rivalries all over the place, front loaded on the schedule of Iowa State. I'm sure Colby loves that. 9 a.m. on the West Coast, 11 a.m. in the Central Time Zone. -3 for Iowa State, -155 on the money line. Iowa +130. That was the spread and the money line. The total is 41.5. Hopefully you're listening. Sean and I were talking about this game beforehand, because this is the notable matchup for the early slate that makes me want to get out of bed and watch the games.
This game always delivers.
Sean was mentioning that, and I feel like, Sean, we were in Vegas watching this game at the whatever they call it, the Yahoo Sportsbook over at the Venetian.
Yep.
Maybe they don't call it anymore. Scary situation when a guy was sweating a bet and had a seizure. You saw we got boots on the ground reporting. But do you just take the points here, Colby?
Yes, because let me tell you something. Iowa State hasn't won an Ames since 2011 in a triple overtime game. The road team, for some reason, has had great success in the past couple of years.
It is weird.
The scores are hilarious, like 20-19, 10-7, 44-41 in overtime. You get the 44-41 triple overtime game, two different overtime games with 44-41. What the hell happened there? Yeah, I mean, you gotta take the points. The fact that the way they beat them. If you guys caught this game last year, Iowa was the better team. Yeah, Iowa was like the better team, and it felt like Iowa State stole it with like a 60-yard field goal.
Yeah.
I remember them lining up for the field goal, and I go, "No way they hit this fucking thing!" And then they hit it, and I go, "God damn!" So I'm with you. 3 points is huge in this matchup. Last 5 games have been decided. 3 of them have decided by 3 points or less. The only thing that scares me is Rocco Beck.
He's good.
He's a bit of a dog. That would be my
true,
only concern.
but so is Mark Gronowski, who won 2 natties as the quarterback for Iowa. Or I'm sorry, as the quarterback for South Dakota State, who plays at Iowa.
You're giving Iowa points in this matchup. I think it's just a smash.
Also, we have to do some transitive property when Kansas State comes home and loses to an FCS squad.
They didn't lose; they won, but
almost lost. They
pulled it out of their ass. Yeah.
I do think going to Dublin does mess you up. Now Iowa State came back and put it on.
Florida State had a bye week. They were smart last year, even though they lost that game. Like they're like, no, when we come back from Ireland, we need like a fucking week. And I I can tell you just from going to Ireland.
Went great after that.
Well, still, I was just saying like that. I think that to me, if I was an athletic director, as someone that just visited Ireland, you need like a fucking week just to get back. I mean, just the time.
It's crazy to start the season in Ireland. It just throws off everything. So I think throwing that in as an extra angle, but for me, it's as simple as I win 3 points. What more do you need to see?
Yeah. I mean, how many times has Matt Campbell
won this game?
This rivalry? Yeah.
What two in the last 3 years though?
Yeah, recency. Yeah. But yeah, we'll go Iowa. I think that's what I learned from one thing I've learned from Colby.
Terrell in the chat. Shout out to Terrell. WNBA Gambling Podcast, NBA Gambling Podcast, pregame show on TC. Stop fading Rocco Beck. Yeah, no, he's good, and I didn't fade him in Dublin, but I think this matchup warrants a free 3 points for Iowa. Goes a long way.
Interesting.
Man, I have so many dogs on my card.
Illinois,
so sharp.
Duke heading to Durham, North Carolina for a noon local time kick. Illinois -3, -140 on the money line. Duke +120, 50.5 is the total. This is another game. Multiple sources suggesting the Duke side will be a sharp side, Sean. So play
well, that's interesting because there was so much support, both public and I feel like in the gambling community of Illinois for the season. There was a lot of hype, but I just, Manny Diaz as a home dog, 3-0 ATS last year. I mean, Duke looked pretty good in game one. Now, granted, it was Elon, but I don't know, man. How do I not look to take the Devils here at home? I know our buddy doesn't mess with no Devils, but Colby, can you make a case for Illinois, the Fighting Illini on the road as a road favorite here? This to me, I default to taking the home dog. Am I missing something?
No, I mean I can make a case just because Bielema's teams can normally run the ball really well, and Elon did surprisingly, because I think Duke has multiple guys that will be NFL players on their defense. So, but Elon surprisingly ran decently successful against them, better than I thought at least. So if that hits, but no, I'm on Duke too. I'm a huge fan of this Mensa kid, Darian Mensa, the quarterback coming over from Tulane. He's been all the difference to me. I think makes
Mensa
Duke
society.
I think it makes them like an instant contender in the ACC. That's how good I think he is. And then you add in the defense that was great last year. The offensive line's better. So yeah, I take them. I think they're going to win it outright.
Really?
Yeah.
I
think Illinois is going to be more physical, and that we're going to watch a game where Illinois' physicality is going to show up on tape, both sides of the ball. So I'm scouting the lines this year, Sean. That's what I'm scouting.
Yeah, no,
this is a Bielema team. Bielema feels confident about his trenches.
I am, to your points, I am worried a little bit about Illinois running the rock, but then
also
Duke,
Manny Diaz.
Noon kickoff in that Carolina heat and humidity.
Oh, I think I'd give Duke at night. Maybe there's a better chance, but this is going to be a yawn. It's good for Illinois. Bielema and the boys are going to be ready. They're going to start. I might even sprinkle a first half here since we'll be out in Vegas for this one. And I guess I'm watching college football all day on Saturday.
Let's go.
12:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Someone's going to leave a review about how pissed they are about the times. We're heading to Lexington, Kentucky. Second game we're talking about in the great state of Kentucky. Ole Miss taking on, you guessed it, Kentucky. Kentucky is catching 10 points. Some 10.5s out there, but Colby's 10 is still accurate. -410 on the money line. +320 for the home dog. 52.5 is the total. How are we feeling about Lane and the boys? Colby.
I mean, they definitely cooked the books a little bit, and that they ran it up against Georgia State in the second half. But hey, look, he knows what he's doing. Impress the computers, right? But
no.
I mean, Austin Simmons, he threw 2 picks and a fumble, and now he's making his first road start. I mean, I'm subscribing to the notion of just fading these guys making their first road start. This is his first road start, right, Colby?
Yeah, and how about what Mark Stoops has done? I mean, they beat him last year as an 18-point dog. right?
Yeah.
That was in Oxford, Mississippi. The time before in Oxford, Mississippi in 22, when they had Levis, they missed a game winning or a game tying field goal. They lost 22-19. The game before that in Lexington in Kiffin's first year, I believe, was 42-41. Surprised they got that many points because I feel like Stoops has been pretty successful against Kiffin's offense. I'm all over the points here. I can't like first road start too. This place will be bonkers too for what a top. I mean, this is Storm Watch right here.
I know Ole Miss is going to be fired up with revenge on their mind, but this is Kentucky's going to be in this game. Their defense, Stoops' defense has done well. To Colby's point, historically, they're a 10-point home dog with a good defense. That's kind of all I need.
Yeah. Fun fact: Jackson Dart only had 6 interceptions all season. This kid's off to a bad start.
He might be all right, but this is a tough place to go in and get a win, especially as a 10-point road favorite. And shout out to Eric in the chat. He's going to be going to this game with the UK money line ticket in his pocket. Let's get it. Dog.
Yeah. And doesn't Lane drop a game every year that he really shouldn't?
Well, it's normally to Kentucky, right?
It's just, he's not, he's got some big games coming up down the stretch here. Oklahoma.
Kramer, what are you doing?
I'm on Kentucky.
Okay.
Like I said, I just said.
Colby, did he at any point say, give me Kentucky plus 10?
I don't think he did, right?
I just said, give me Kentucky plus 10.
Okay.
Yeah. Now it's on record. Oklahoma State heading out to Eugene, Oregon for a 12:30 local time kick. There's some reporting that I could be in Eugene for the Oregon Indiana game in October 11th.
We didn't get the invite, huh?
No, I didn't get it.
Got the kid visiting campuses, but it's still being worked out. But
I thought that was supposed to be parlayed into our trip, Sean.
Well, it could be a possibility. We'll see how things go, but could be a late SGPN trip there. Oklahoma State. This is going to be an interesting one to break down. Oklahoma State heads up to Eugene, where unfortunately, I think, do they have to put the duck down after? He lost his head,
and then he immediately ran in to these stands. Also, Kramer, did you check the Slack? The photo I sent you of Gundy press game conference was amazing.
Let's see here.
But yeah, Cowboys heading up to Oregon, 28.5 point spread. Ducks are huge favorites. Colby, what are you doing here? This is a lot of points to give my boy Gundy. Lanning has done well as a favorite, 13-7 ATS. Now you could say, Hoss Hengy. Don't hassle the Hoss.
Henny. It's Hoss Henny.
Yeah.
He's out though, dude.
The Hoss Henny. Yeah, he's out. I was gonna say foot injury. How do you feel about Zane Flores?
Not very good, because against UT Martin, when Hoss Henny got injured, the offense didn't look that good.
No.
So I'm a bit concerned when you're starting quarterbacks out. This is another road spot for a first. This will be the first ever road start, I believe. That's not fun, but 28.5 is a gigantic fucking number.
This is Gundy. Somehow his abs came up during the press conference and he showed them off. I don't know, man. Something about this Oklahoma State team. I have the future on them. I think I'm going to take them plus 20.
I think the something about them is that you have a future on them.
Colby, is Oregon just going to cook them? 28.5 is so high.
Yeah, I was about to say, give me the points, I guess. Maybe we can get a backdoor cover, 42-14 final.
20-1 on the money line. 20-1 on the money line.
Yeah.
No, the money line is not live here.
28.5 point line where 57.5 is the total. That's pretty interesting. And even though it might've been last year, this is the same Oklahoma State team that was doing all sorts of questionable TikTok dances together. Like I've never seen linebackers move like that in the hole on the field. A little disturbing. Give me Oregon laying 28.5. They're obviously begging for you to take the points there, and you guys scooped up the trap.
Yep.
Like
I'll
a donkey.
take the trap.
It's Dominic the donkey.
Hey, let's get out a little underdog entry. Of course, underdog, you can play for just $5 and $50 in bonus funds when you sign up over at Underdog Fantasy. Use that promo code SGPN. Colby gave us a a winner last week. I played the I faded the second part with the Utah touchdown, much to my chagrin. Colby, let's. But you gave out a winner, so let's run it back. What do you like this week?
Yeah, and you guys didn't even mention what I did on the Thursday Friday card when I was. What was I? 12-5 ATS. Hit my lock. Hit my bonus lock. Hit
Colby,
my
look
tees.
at the road. You're gonna run into that car. You're standing in the rear view.
You were 2-1 on your locks. You missed on the ECU money line. You did hit on the ECU tees with Tarleton State and App State tees. I also hit my tees, and I was
but you see how that green north of that for all those games. I mean, just you guys you guys aren't really talking much. It's okay. Look. Let's go with Mark Gronowski. Higher than 25.5 rushing yards. He's a mobile quarterback.
He's going to get
this game. Yeah, of course. In this game, how many quarterback draws will be called for Gronowski? A lot. And then I'm going to take Miller Moss in the Friday night game for Louisville, higher than 249.5 passing yards against the Duke's defense.
That makes sense. They'll be playing from behind against JMU, so they'll rack up some garbage yards. $100 entry returns you $300. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code SGPN, where you can play for $5 and get $50 in bonus funds. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code SGPN, and of course, we're also brought to you by No Vig. Who wants Vig? I don't. Vig sounds pretty bad, aka Vigorish. No Vig, America's #1 sports prediction market, where you can spend $5 and get $50 over on the No Vig action. Again, it's available in 35 plus states. If you're watching on YouTube, look at all those blue states, and that it does not correlate to politics. We don't do this on that show, but look at all those available states: Colorado. Oh wait, no, California, Texas, Pennsylvania, Florida. A lot of places where you might be struggling to get down on action, and Novig is there to help you. When you use the promo code SGPN, spend $5, get 50. Novig in the App Store. Use the promo code SGPN.
All right, and
nothing like a good map.
Can we get the breaking news sound effect, please?
Sure.
Sean, as you know, I love the chat probably the most out of everyone here. They've convinced me I'm jumping off the Iowa train. Give me Rocco Beck in Iowa State.
Oh wow.
Full bet. I'm just seeing comment after comment about how much of a donkey play it is to take Iowa here.
Well, I mean, do you really think they're going to show their cards against fucking Albany? You know what I mean? Like,
we'll see. I'm defecting. I found watching Rocco Beck throw the football last week to be very enjoyable.
I like Beck.
I like Rocco Beck too. It's just, I think this is just this is Iowa's defense, both defenses are good, but yeah, I just don't put much weight into the Albany game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Come on, Carter.
It's pretty rude to dismiss the chat like that. That make you can mark that. That's an official chat assisted play. It's that we don't have chat GPT here. We just have 12:30 p.m. on the West Coast. We're heading to Columbia, Missouri for a Kansas-Missouri battle. Missouri is laying 6.5. Is that accurate, Colby?
I think it still is.
Still 6.5.
Yeah.
Plus 200 on the money line for Kansas. 50.5 is the total. The Jalen Daniels Heisman campaign has gotten off to a good start. Colby, are we taking them with the points here? Weird road spot always here in Missouri.
Well, they should be in a conference. It's a crazy idea.
Once upon a time.
Like, these fan bases really hate each other. They argued over a bunch of land, fought over a bunch of land, right? They should play each other. Crazy idea. Look, I'm high on Kansas again, guys. Yeah. And I kind of think Missouri's been fool's gold the past couple of years, despite winning 10 games each year, because their schedule's been bullshit. Kansas goes in there, wins outright. Jalen Daniels, let's go. And Orange Chicken, I did watch the entire Albany game. That's just
Great
like,
Danes in the house.
Yeah.
Wow, Colby's the chat's real. My chat is really rattling you.
What about Colby? So Missouri, Sam Horn, he's out, right?
Yeah, and they have him in
Missouri.
Pribula. It's funny every time you say Sam Horn, I remember that DH from the Baltimore Orioles back in the '80s. Yeah, he's out. But so it'll be Pribula, the Pribula oblongata.
Right? It sounds like something you learn about in health class in 5th grade. And certainly you get your preubula inflamed, and that can cause certain issues.
It sounds like a thing they scare you away from sex with.
Yes. If you go out there not putting on a raincoat, you could get a preubula.
Your preubula will be on fire and inflamed for the rest of your life.
I'm with Colby. Jalen Daniels has looked like the real deal. This is going to be a goddamn game. The border war returns. You got to take the dog here. 6.5. You take the dogs in rivalry games, Kramer. It's not that.
Oh, this
is
an easy one. I'm all in on. I mean, we have the Heisman tickets.
Yeah, come on.
And we have a conference ticket that I'm in thinking back on. I think I also took that in accident. And they have an inflamed parabola playing quarterback. So.
Parabola the rapper. Remember that game for PlayStation?
No,
I remember that.
It's actually
I know you're talking about.
Rappa.
Yeah,
it's a hilarious game.
Another 12:30 p.m. kick here on the West Coast. San Antonio, Texas. UTSA taking on Texas State. Texas State catching 4.5 points on the road. As Colby is showing us on the graphic, the I-35 showdown, one of his favorite rivalries. That's why it's on the card. Plus 160 on the money line for Texas State. 66.5 is the total. Early reporting is suggesting that the man in the box might be watching something on a big, beautiful screen that isn't college football during this time. Colby, what are we doing in the I-35 showdown?
Well, look, I mean, Sean got so lucky with his backdoor cover with UTSA against A&M. Oh my God, just ridiculous. I did have UTSA in the college football playoff. Remember on our final playoff episode. So
which episode? Our show or your show?
I didn't do a final show.
Oh, what?
Right? I did. I got all through. I got through all 136 though.
Colby's still releasing team previews.
They've been out. They've been out.
We were at the airport I was at the airport by myself on Saturday, and I was like, I'll see what Colby's up to. Oh, really? He's doing a pregame show early today. Nope. Kent State preview.
right up to the final buzzer.
And that was the last one. That was 136, and they kicked off like 3 hours later.
Do you want to apologize to the great people of Kent State?
No, because I delivered them content. My promise was I will get done all of them before the season kicks for each team, not for the entire season in week 0.
If you are a fan of the college experience, or maybe just a fan of SGPN, and you want to help project manage Colby next year for the team previews. Podcast at sportsgamblingpodcast.com.
No.
Well, part of the problem is
we'll need to see resume.
We're getting bigger, so when you go to ACC, I didn't factor in the ACC. I didn't factor in a week in LA with you bozos, right? You know what I mean? So,
we're gonna have the week again. So we'll and you're gonna go to all the media days. So now you know, and we'll have a fan project manager. This will be great. Stay on Colby's ass.
I'm all over UTSA here though, man. So Texas State kind of ran it up on them last year. I think UTSA is a better football team. I think the fact it's at home at that filthy Alamo Dome, that the crowd be going a little wild, and they're the tougher team. They actually played decently well for the first half against A&M, man. And I think that's a good sign because I think A&M's pretty good. They might have the best offensive line in the country. So I think they're going to fuck up Texas State here. Lay it. I feel pretty good about this one.
I agree, and I'll clip that. But Colby just complimented the environment in a dome. Did you hear that?
Yeah,
I did. Me. I'm all over UTSA. I like Owen McCown. Again, they were clearly outmatched, but they hung around the game, backdoored it, as I predicted. Robert Henry though, 177 rushing yards on 16 carries. That guy is going to eat against Texas State. So I like this as a smash spot for the Roadrunners. Kramer, what are you doing?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm on UTSA. Like I said earlier, only watching the games for line play. And as Colby mentioned, I think the Texas A&M angle is going to be a strong. I mean, the amount of teams in the SEC that are just going to manhandle Alabama this year is out of control with their softness. But yeah, A&M, another team. I mean, not in the same level as Utah or Miami offensive line. So maybe I disagree with your number one take, but man, that's going to be where the game separates. It's just like there's going to be like a dozen teams, maybe 15 teams every year with NFL offensive lines. UTSA laying the points.
Let's go.
Enjoy Texas State Discord. Houston taking on Rice.
We are here finally. God damn it, we are here.
Texas.
This is the best game to watch this week.
Is what time is this game, Colby? Is it at? You have 4 p.m. in the sheet, but I'm guessing that's. I'll confirm that that's.
Did I fuck that up?
Well, it just seems out of order.
Well, I was so excited for the game. I was so excited for the game. I could see myself getting little fucking up the times because what's time really?
4 p.m. on the West Coast is correct. Houston laying 13.5. Now this is a team that Colby was very high on in the preseason. Got me very high on them. Before the chat lets me know there are some 14s out there as well. Minus 500 on the money line. Rice plus 380. Another home dog here. Maybe Sean likes this one as well. 39.5 is the total, lower than Iowa State. We're still in on. I have Houston investment this year, Colby. So I would imagine I'll be like a donkey laying the points here.
Well, first off, I mean, the Bayou Bucket Classic rivalry needs to be be This is one that's going away.
You get a giant bucket.
What's in the bucket?
Like crawfish,
tears. Tears. Look, this is going away and it needs to stay. All right, I say that to make a difference in this world, Sean. Guys, Rice is the most exciting team in college football. If you haven't,
option, baby.
And look, they were a 4-win team a year ago. They fire their coach. They bring in the option attack. Finally comes back to Texas where it originated, and they just beat the Sun Belt runner-ups as 12.5 point dogs outright. 52 rushes later, 9 passes. It's fucking beautiful. And as much as I'm high on Houston, I'm taking the points here. Rice going to bleed that clock. Houston might get the dub because Rice a little inexperienced, but take the points all day. This is the best game of the day. Let's go.
I'm all in on this Rice team. Home teams are 12-3 straight up and ATS in the last 15 non-neutral meetings between Houston and Rice. So if you're the home team, and especially as a dog here, you got to be on Rice and the triple option. Preparing for that, it'd be one thing if this was week 1 and you had the entire multiple weeks to kind of get ready for it. Not that Houston would probably waste that time preparing, but this is a great spot to a tricky spot for Houston, I think. So Rice is the play.
Good luck with that.
Suck that clock.
Suck that clock.
I mean, Sean, I'll say it now so you remember when you get really pissed off when you're watching this game.
Okay.
And Rice's dog shit. You realize that once the triple option falls behind, it's dog.
What do you mean
shit.
they're dog shit? They just won us 12.5 point dogs last week against the fucking runner-up Sun Belt champs. This guy over here, you won't even play the Sun Belt champs, Virginia Tech, right? Most years, you guys are ducking them.
I'm just telling Sean, he's got to be careful with this one. He's going to be upset when he's watching this one. He's bet real money on this one, and he realizes he's bet on a dog shit triple option team. Next up, I saw Mac seems quite happy with the state of the West Virginia program. Well, we're going back in time, 1 p.m. on the West Coast, where West Virginia heads to Ohio as a 3.5 point dog, plus 135 on the money line. 58.5 is the total. Great West Virginia football. In fact, great West Virginia football logo, followed by the Ohio Goatsy logo if you're watching on YouTube, which is every time you use this logo, it's alarming. And the fact that we've talked about Ohio football so many times in this young season, Sean, might be alarming. Put that in Colby's quarterly review. Colby,
ball knowers.
Colby, which side are you taking here in Athens?
So what? McAfee already said that if Pitt beats Central Michigan, which watch out, Pitt, and if West Virginia beats Ohio, that game day is gonna be going to Morgantown for the backyard brawl next week. The problem is the brawl is next week, and the problem is Ohio should have beat Rutgers. I was completely fucking impressed with Parker Navarro going 21 of 31 for 239, 3 touchdowns. That's just in the air, on the ground. He had another 93 yards and a rushing touchdown. They have the best player on the field by far, and you have the brawl on deck. And you remember what happened with Rich Rodriguez? He his life changed drastically after the last brawl that he was a part of. So I mean, I think that's just such a big time game for him personally. I think Ohio's better than them right now. Don't forget, West Virginia, Robert Morris was 10-3 at halftime. I think Ohio might actually win and win convincingly. So yeah, I'm all over these Bobcats.
The bets. This is the most lopsided game we've talked about so far, with 87% of the bets and the handle on West Virginia.
I mean, also, granted, West Virginia did beat up on the Robert Morris Colonials 45-3, but they did lose 4 fumbles, which is kind of a sign of a little bit of a sloppy team and maybe not completely locked in. I get it. They won by 42 points, but you shouldn't fumble 4 times against an opponent where you're that much better. Of course, I'm on Ohio catching 3.5. Country roads take me home. Losing as a road favorite. I'm with Colby. I think they're live on the money line. Colby, Kramer, what are you doing?
I mean, the look ahead spot is strong. I can't imagine, other than like, is Rutgers going to be one of these teams we track as like a fade a team after they play Rutgers, because it's a tough physical game. The look ahead spot is so strong though.
Yeah.
And how about the Power 5 coming into Athens? The last team to do that was Matt Campbell and Iowa State, and they lost. This place is gonna be on fire.
I mean, don't we want game day to go there though?
I mean, I do, but I just don't think it's realistic.
Give me the 3.5 points. Give me the goatsy 3.5 points. At what state they don't still use this logo, right?
Ohio?
I mean, yeah.
No,
I'm sure they have.
I think sometimes, occasionally they'll pull it out.
Something a little more PG. 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Heading to Norman, Oklahoma for the game of the weekend. I think Michigan, Oklahoma laying 5.5, -190 on the money line. Michigan +160, 46.5 is the total. That's an NFL total right there, Sean. Both quarterbacks were impressive, or all things considered, last week. Mateer, I mean, thank God he wasn't really gambling, because it looks like he's going to help this Oklahoma team. Right, currently Michigan is getting bet a bit more than Oklahoma, although I don't know how much I buy that, because the spread seems to have opened at 4.5 and moved to 5.5. Colby, you buying this Sooners team?
I mean, I don't know what to. You probably should have beat Illinois State by more. Once again, it's kind of the Iowa handicap of like, I watched that whole game and I wasn't blown away. But then again, how much are they really, showing all their cards? You know what I mean? Like, so
that's it.
Is this Bryce Underwood's first road start, right?
Yeah,
it is, and we'll fade that because
that's
ESPN put him on the greatness graphic.
I'm on Oklahoma here. I think just the fact that you got to go into Norman as a relatively short dog here against this Oklahoma team that I think is going to be pretty ready for him. So, and also the Lobos were able to throw the ball against Michigan would be my takeaway. Now, whatever, 217, 2 touchdowns, but the Wolverines obviously much better. They got the interceptions, but there were some plays they were able to get some stuff here. I don't know. I think Oklahoma might be able to run it up on them.
The only thing I'll say is this. Like I'm on Oklahoma too, and just the crowd and the whole analysis of fading the young quarterback. Yeah. But Mateer was terrible against Power 5 schools last year at Wazoo, and obviously he played Illinois State in FCS week 1. Michigan's defense is super good. So like that could be the only way you lose this thing if he starts throwing pick sixes left and right. But I'm on the Sooners. I think they get it done.
It is I think in normal circumstances we would be saying, are we really feeling good about laying this amount of points with this team, this quarterback? But yeah, I'm fading the road spots for these young guys. I think it's too much, and I think I'll give him a little bit of credit to still be able to whip up a defense against a young quarterback. So maybe they don't need to score a ton. The total suggests it's not going to be at least a blood or a shootout, but. What they need to score? Can they? If they score 24 points, they get
both defenses are pretty awesome. So
yeah,
it's
a big number though. I don't feel good about laying this. This isn't a contest pick for me. Sean.
Okay,
and it does meet the criteria I'm looking for, which is both Power 4 conferences. Very TMZ. 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Arizona State heads to Stark Vegas to take on Mississippi State, who looked better than we expected against Southern Miss last week. Unfortunately, now Mississippi State catching 6.5 in real time, which plus 190 on the money line. Arizona State minus 230. 58.5 is the total. Mississippi State was fired up too. They were very much not getting snuck up on by the little brother. And meanwhile, did you see Dillingham talking about the accommodations for Arizona State and how some of these places really suck to go to because you're forced to either stay an hour away or stay at a casino, and he doesn't want to stay at a casino. I like his openness on the mic. And yeah, it is Stark Vegas. Colby, what are you doing here?
Look, Arizona State, once again, I don't know. I don't think they were keeping it vanilla because they were taking on Northern Arizona, and that's still like kind of a rivalry game, and they struggled, man. You're going into the land of the cowbell. As
they
much
were
as
simulating the cowbell. I don't know if you saw that video.
I did see that. I think Hail State is the play here. I mean, I'm surprised. The bummer here is it's almost like the Hawaii Arizona thing, but that still ended up hitting for us. But like this was like 10.5, 11.5, something like a week ago. But yeah, give me Hail State. That's a crazy environment. If Arizona State wins, I think it'll be by like 3 or something. But I think Mississippi State's going to beat them outright if they play like they did last Saturday.
Yeah, I'm quote unquote buying the dip here on Arizona State. I wasn't. I get it. You know, Mississippi State, that to me was a little bit more about Southern Miss. I think now Mississippi State, you know, they might have revenge on their mind, but I still like Dillingham as a coach here. I think if you're getting under the 7, I'm taking Arizona State. I don't love this, but I'll fade Mississippi State once again. Kramer, what are you doing?
Storm watch for sure. By the way,
storm.
Oh, I'm dead.
Will they storm?
I saw an exciting. This is the most like vibes I've seen for Mississippi State in a while, and I saw someone in the chat asking why is it called Stark Vegas?
Great question.
Do you know the answer, Colby?
Well, I mean, you know, ECU is G Vegas. They call it Greenville. So I mean, it's just when you party your ass off, I think, right?
It seems as though it came from an insult where rival fans were mocking them, saying Stark Vegas because
how rugged it is.
Isn't like nothing.
There's
like
nothing there.
Flashy, like a flashy town like Las Vegas. So kind of calling it a shithole, which then they embraced. So apparently they totally swooped in and said, "Fuck you, we're gonna take this nickname."
Fans were saying this.
I'm dying in this fucking country ass fucked up town. Shit flying in my mouth. The fuck, I can't see pollen. Let's get the fuck out of this country, motherfucker.
Country motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it's and then I mean, in 2009 they signed a deal with Adidas. Stark Vegas being a core component of this marketing deal. So yeah, I guess they embraced the you know, sticks and stones and all that shit. But yeah, again, looking at trenches, studying
trench warfare,
studying who's got it, who's coming heavy, and I was very impressed. Mississippi State has been a shit team for a number of years. Very, very impressed. This is a money line opportunity.
Wow, Kramer likes a dog.
I've liked a couple dogs. Thank you for asking. Vanderbilt heads to Blacksburg, Virginia for
you skipped the Boston College game.
Oh, you're right. I did. Boston College non football team. This also
they scored over 60. When's the last time the Hokies done that?
Power 4 on Power 4. 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. We're in East Lansing, Michigan, where the Spartans. We learned there's Spartans all over the country last week. They take on Boston College, who has absolutely no football culture or vibes. Michigan State -3.5, -175 on the money line. Boston College +145. 45.5 is the total. Michigan State, unfortunately, took care of business last week against their directional Michigan foe, Western Michigan. Oh no, they didn't. They didn't get the cover.
I was about to say the pick six was the cover.
They were dominating, and we got a lucky cover at the end.
I mean, also they didn't look. They dominated, but they also kind of look shitty.
They dominate the way Michigan State dominates.
Yeah,
which is just
kind of
very boring, and
it's not super pretty.
Colby has one of the more cookie cutter logos combinations. He really mailed this one in, going with the standard Boston College and then this weird Disney Spartan character running at you, pointing the finger. Colby, are you laying it with Michigan State here?
I am. I know. Look, I faded, I made the mistake of backing Chapel Bill, and now I don't want to. I don't want
bad choice.
I don't want Chestnut Bill. All right. So look, Michigan State to me at home, and remember BC kind of beat them kind of bad last year in their first year of Jonathan Smith. Revenge on the mind for that team. Short number. Sparty gets it done. It's a good game though, man. I think this will be a close game, but Sparty prevails.
Chestnut Bill greater than Chapel Bill for my money.
Yeah, I like Bill O'Brien overall. They've been decent as a dog last year, 5-3 ATS, but yeah, I think you got to in East Lansing, you got to take Michigan State laying the short number.
This one's moving. This is closing bigger than this.
You think so?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I don't think anyone's was super impressed with Michigan State to the point they're going to load up even against Boston College.
Pretty tuned into the market here. So yeah, I'm going to say we're going to lay it. And we're going to have CLV on this one.
Oh, and a CLV town on top of it.
We might want to put it in the contest because we will have CLV here.
Kramer's taking Michigan State laying 3.5.
I am taking Michigan State laying 3.5. Thanks for repeating what I said earlier. Vanderbilt heads to Blacksburg, Virginia, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast, which means 7:30 p.m. local time, where Virginia Tech is a short favorite here, -1.5, -120 on the money line. Vanderbilt, we're going to hear these two idiots talk about Pavia right now.
Get your rain slicker out, Ryan. You're about to get pissed on.
47.
Kobe, he's in the splash zone right now.
Oh, he's still got some piss on him from last year. I see it on top of his head. Right?
47.5 is the total.
Yeah. Pavia.
I want to alert you though. We unclear if his brothers will be able to cross state lines to come visit him for the game, as they were somehow both arrested after the game last week. Very impressive. Probably adds to the Pavia lore. I mean, imagine getting arrested for being drunk in Nashville.
You got to be pretty.
Just think on that for a second. Great choice for the Hokies logo, Colby. My take on the first Hokies game was very, very typical matchup.
So perfect.
Typical matchup against an SEC team early, where they show you glimpses of where you're like, fuck, they can compete with these guys. Then it becomes like okay, well, this Sellers kid is going to be I think probably Sean, a top 10, top 5 pick in the draft, assuming he can throw the ball and do the mental stuff. And very fitting for Shane Beamer to have his team return a special teams touchdown.
Wait. That was classic Brent Pry, because they got an illegal formation the play before. So Beamer, being smart and his dad being the head of Beamer ball, there was, hey, no, because they were just going to assess the 5 yards on the return. He goes, no, re-kick. Classic Brent Pry. Yeah.
Always re-kick because they're tired. I mean, again, it's like he somehow has avoided having to be an in-game head coach. It's like sometimes these coordinators, they struggle with the game management stuff. He clearly has issues there. And as far as the offense, looked better than it has been, but just too many mistakes.
Kyron Drones had his lowest completion percentage in any time he's ever played at Virginia Tech, and South Carolina lost what 8 starters, 6 of them to the NFL on defense from a year ago, and they're not the type of school to just replenish that many great guys. I think this is more about the Hokies being hot, steaming piles of dog shit.
I think it's likely the offense is not good and the defense is good. That's probably my take on their team.
Well, I think it's likely that you don't have a dog like Diego Pavia, and I think it's likely that not even at Burning Man can you hear Enter Sandman and get pissed on, but this is happening here at Lane Stadium, buddy. All right.
Getting a lot of respect on the number here.
To Kramer's point, I think Virginia Tech might be able to get some pressure against this Vanderbilt offensive line, but that's when Pavia gets loose. We've seen this from him a million times. He's not afraid to put the team on his back. He will get you some clutch third downs. He will pick up some first downs with his legs. This will be an ugly game, and I think it was a little bit of a dream crusher game for Virginia Tech. You're in a big fancy dome, which they probably got super excited for. You're playing the South Carolina team with a bunch of hype. You hung around in the game and then you let it go on a punt return. So I think a little bit of a dream crusher aspect for this Hokies team.
I think the defense, the defensive front especially, played very well. And from I was made to understand that South Carolina has some dogs on that offensive line. I don't think Vanderbilt has the same level. I mean, that will be the area where this game will be surprising to both of you. I think they're going to destroy them on the front.
Well, you always say,
I don't know,
but that creates rushing opportunities for Pavia.
But they did it. Sellers is a little bit more dynamic, and they did a pretty fucking good job bottling him up for the most part.
He don't have that dog like Diego. All right, New Mexico military.
He has 4.4 speed and like athletic ability. Not a guy who's done a bunch of.
But he's not a 7-year starting quarterback. And look, I mean, you always say this. It's hard to prepare for a team. Now they're not running the traditional triple option, but they're running it essentially out of the gun. And you're on a week with short rest, taking on the best quarterback to hit planet Earth. And I can't believe you're going to get pissed on again. I thought you learned last year when you laughed at us. Me and Sean loaded up, and the piss just was all over your face the whole fucking day.
Salty.
I'll take a seat. I'll step back, and you guys can just talk about watching another man piss.
I mean,
that's what you guys are into.
Yeah. I mean, you can't debate. It's pretty hilarious. Kramer, I assume you're on the Hokies here, late 1.5.
I think Colby has failed to handicap the nighttime aspect of this game. Home opener, but okay. Good luck.
Did you guys lose the Rutgers at home last year?
Under the lights, no. UCLA,
dude.
You again, dude. It will be unfortunate when
you're gonna have those little Miss fans, and it's just gonna be all piss going all over your team.
Colby's into some.
Kramer's gonna go to jail for downloading Enter Sandman off of Napster. He was gonna get hyped for the game, and then James Ulrich slapped a copyright suit on him.
Is that the guy's name?
James Ulbrich.
I feel like you just made up another random German sounding. It's like Lar or something.
What did I call him?
James Ulbrich.
Who is that?
I don't know.
That's someone.
I know who you're talking about. He was like the evil empire.
Yeah,
for a while.
I'm probably thinking of Lars. You're right.
And he was just mad that people are stealing his music.
The fuck is that?
UCLA, UNLV. Hard to tell if UCLA bad.
I combined James Hatfield and Lars Ulrich.
It's hard to imagine UCLA is as bad as they looked against that offensive line of Utah. I do think we're gonna at the end of the season we're gonna understand that Utah is just gonna be able to move a lot of like that second half drive opening it up where they came out. It was like 16 or 17 plays. They basically ran the ball every time. I mean, Dampier, he's basically athletic Cam Rising who shows up to play. And I mean, again, offensive line is going to be the difference. So UCLA, I'm not going to say they're complete ass. I do think the quarterback might be half ass. They're heading to Vegas to take on UNLV, Sean. Unfortunately, not playing Friday night. Although we will be out there. I think the man in the box also threatening to maybe go to this game potentially. Said he loves the atmosphere out there at the Death Star. UNLV plus 125 on the money line. 54.5 is the total. My thought still is that UCLA is going to have a home game here.
Somewhat.
I worry a little bit, Sean, that Utah could be one of those teams. We fade the team after they play Utah because they just manhandle you.
Yeah.
They just fucking manhandle you.
Yeah. I mean, this obviously would qualify as a close your eyes special, a get up spot. UNLV, they're a weird ass team. I mean, they did get the win and cover Sam Houston State, but I don't know, that UNLV defense is pretty porous.
The Sam Houston State head coach too, in terms of guys I like watching on the sideline with no sound. He always looks like his head's about to explode. He's always running somewhere. I've seen him now do two separate interviews on two separate games where he finished the interview and sprinted away like a kid running out to the playground to play. Love that guy. But yeah, I kind of want to, I don't know. I kind of want to fade UCLA here, just thinking that Utah is going to just, I mean, that UCLA defense got destroyed.
Yeah. I mean, UCLA got their ass kicked. If they show up for this game and I'm wrong, so be it. But I cannot back UCLA at all. I mean, Colby, what am I missing? Like they just got the will physically imposed on them, and there was a bit of a quit in the second half, and that was at home. Now you go on the road in a sold out Allegiant Stadium where
Nico's a money man. He might like this.
Where UNLV fans are going to be rocking, jam packed the stands.
See, that's where I disagree. I think this is more of a home. This is more of a home game for UCLA than at the Rose Bowl.
This is no one's going to be at this game. Is what this is going to be.
I think a lot of UCLA alum will be at this game.
You're insane.
I think when we're at the airport on Friday,
just lost by 40.
The only Bowser's
it's a Vegas trip.
Bowser's going and Decker are going, but they're not moving the needle. Okay, love those guys, but they're not moving the needle.
You don't think?
I don't think there's going to be much of a crowd. I was obviously joking by saying that UNLV fans will show up. There'll probably be 8,000 people here, 10,000 people.
Guys, what you're failing to realize though is that team that. First off, I think Sam Houston is like bottom 5 in the FBS probably. And then that team, Idaho State, that put up like 600 yards of offense against UNLV, the Thunderbirds of Southern Utah just beat them by 22. So I'm loading up on UCLA here.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right. But I am, if this
you really think UCLA is the play?
If this goes poorly, well, I think he cause he's saying UNLV really sucks.
Yeah. All right.
And I think here's my take.
I'm not. This game's
hard
insane
to downgrade UCLA because they went against that offensive line.
I'm only betting on this game if I've lost earlier in the day and I'm looking to chase. But other than that, I'm staying away from this game. And I'll take UCLA laying it. But I don't feel good about this UCLA.
I think when you turn this game on and you see all the blue in the stadium, you'll have to apologize to me. You'll have to apologize.
No, I will not apologize.
All the blue in the stadium is going to be Bowser and Decker in their goddamn Kareem Abdul-Jabbar jerseys.
I might have to go to the game. Bring a UCLA shirt.
You're definitely going to go. You're going to go to like a high stakes fantasy draft.
Yeah, you're right. There's 0% chance. I'm going to gamble. I'm going to do something gambling that's not watching a game.
Great.
Oh, I thought you were going to read that off just for the visual watcher. Okay.
What are you talking about?
You put the chat on the screen. That's why I paused.
Oh,
and then we can move on.
Sure,
we're done.
Time for a lock dog tease bonus lock and our contest plays. Happy birthday, Kramer. What do you got?
Lock number 1. Give me Kansas.
Okay.
I envision this making it onto the card as well.
I do like this play.
Lock number 2. Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of locking a second dog, shocking the world, and also fading Lane Kiffin now that he doesn't have Jackson Dart anymore. Had to work that in. Dog.
So you're taking Kentucky +10.
Kentucky +10. That would be fading.
Just to clarify.
All the ball knowers in the audience, they know what I'm talking about. Mississippi State is the money line shot here. A lot of humidity down there in Stark Vegas. They don't got that out.
I like a good humidity handicap.
And then, I didn't give out my third lock. I think we identified something with the SMU Baylor spot. That SMU money wants to kick the Baylor money right in the dick. SMU lay the 2.5.
Don't mind that one.
Teaser.
Yeah.
Let's throw Louisville in there -8. Let's let's do an Illinois whip around. Illinois +3.
Oh, you're mad, man.
I know. I didn't see that coming. And then let's take Ohio out to 9.5 against Dub V, as Colby likes to call him.
All right, for me, first lock, and that is Iowa +3. This game's good. 1-2 point game.
No.
This is what happens. For my money line dog, give me Duke on the money line. I do like. I also will. Actually, you know what? Sorry. Give me Kansas on the money line. Give me Duke +3.
Oh.
Give me Kentucky +10.
Oh.
So Duke +3 is the dog. Kentucky +10 is the dog. Iowa. Actually, shit. I do want to get Oklahoma in there. What do I move out?
I don't know. Probably that Iowa.
No, I'll move out Kentucky +10. I'll put in Oklahoma -5.5.
Wow.
But I do like Kentucky. I will be betting that. So Iowa +3, Kansas on the money line, Duke +3, and Oklahoma -5.5 for my tees. Give me up Vandy up to 7.5. Give me Arizona State to win, essentially -0.5.
Whoa.
And then let's see here.
Take your triple option team up to 19.5.
I was thinking of doing that. Instead, I'll take. I do like UConn up to 12.5 as well. Colby, what do you got?
Syracuse.
Yeah,
Woo,
I'm a
teaser.
professional handicapper, right?
Wow.
Lock up UTSA to take down Texas State in the battle of I-35.
Solid play.
And then, sorry, Mac, they're gonna beat West Virginia, but I'll take the points as the lock because my money line play. I'm going bigger fishing. All right. Kentucky, they win it outright.
Yeah.
Let's go. The tees: Iowa +9, UConn +12.5, and the Ohio Bobcats +9.5.
The Ohio tease is nice, Colby.
Okay, so you're missing one lock.
Oh, we did. We do what? Didn't I say?
You said UTSA.
You at TSA, Kentucky on the money line. Ohio is your other +3.5.
Oh yeah, lock. I forgot we're doing 3. Let's go with it's Iowa. No. Give me Oklahoma. Give me Oklahoma.
No, well, we do 2 locks and a bonus lock.
Okay. That's the confusion. 2 locks and a bonus lock. For the parlay.
Can't get them all right.
For the parlay, Kansas and Kentucky on the money line. Do I have any takers?
I'm in. I'll jump on that.
Okay.
What else would we put in if we were going to do a third and round robin it?
Those Bobcats of Ohio.
Is UConn too scary?
Wait, I thought Kramer took West Virginia instead of Ohio.
No.
No, he's on Ohio.
I'll take UConn, but I think Ohio's more likely though.
Do we want to put Ohio in there as a round robin? I like Kansas and Kentucky. Keep it simple.
All right, keep it 2.
Okay. Contest. Kramer, you're first up. What do you got?
Kansas
+6.5.
Yeah.
Okay, for me, I will go Iowa +3. Colby, what do you got?
UTSA -4.5.
Now, does this? I forget. Do we do snake draft or does that go back to Kramer?
No, we did. We did not do a snake draft last time.
Kramer, you're up.
Kentucky +10.
Kentucky +10. Me, I'm on the clock. We already got Kansas in there, so I got to go Oklahoma -5.5. Colby, what do you got?
Ohio +3.5.
And what's our consensus play?
Well, left over we have UCLA, Michigan State. Did we already say Oklahoma's on there?
I think we should.
UTSA.
I think we should kind of do
SMU.
UConn or SMU would be my votes.
I don't feel strongly about that. I don't know if Syracuse is any good or not. SMU is a better. I would choose it.
Oh man, I think UCLA is the smarter play. I don't know. I guess Wait, what else? Those are the only ones we agreed on, right?
So the ones that we agree on, UConn, SMU, and then we've already picked some of the other consensus plays, and then Michigan State or UCLA.
I think my vote would probably be let's go UConn. It was UConn or UCLA.
We
I think
hyped up UConn preseason. I feel like we owe it to him.
All right.
Okay, so our contest plays: Kansas +6.5, Iowa +3, UTSA laying the 4.5, Kentucky +10, Oklahoma laying the 5.5, Ohio +3.5, and UConn Huskies +6.5. This is a hell of a contest, hell of an episode. Make sure you subscribe to the College Football Experience wherever you get your podcasts as well. Kramer, we will be back the next time you hear our voices. We will be breaking down the National Football League Week 1 picks. We will also be picking the winner of the phrase that pays, aka $1,000, potentially more future bets over at the Great Circa. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/phrase. Still time to get in there. And of course, the free roll football contest. God damn, we're giving away too much money. sportsgamblingpodcast.com/free roll. $3,000. Winner takes all. $4,000 if you're in the Patreon.
The wheel for the phrase that pays. Will
jam-packed.
be getting loaded up at 12 p.m. Pacific.
Okay, so get your entries in.
You have 13 hours and 20 minutes if you're watching live.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
For Sports Gambling Podcast, I'm Sean. Second the Money Green. He's Ryan.
The algorithm says longer episodes, Sean.
Kramer, let it ride.
I want better fucking execution.